Alright, before I get into this review, um, I made a really big mistake in my Lawrence of Arabia video. One of my commenters, one of my subscribers, told me that I had the wrong empire that Lawrence was fighting for. It was not the British Empire, it was the Ottoman Empire. So, my bad, everyone. I'll have to rewatch the movie again and do another review on it so I can correct my mistake. But just before I start, I gotta say thank you to my subscribers for pointing that out, knowing that I made a mistake, and hopefully I can get a new review up for Lawrence of Arabia pretty soon. And hopefully I don't get this review wrong. It is 1970s Patton, and the first thing about Patton that I have to say, in the very beginning monologue, he is standing on a stage in front of an American flag, kind of like supporting the troops. And while I was watching this, I was thinking to myself, okay, who is more convincing, this guy or Arlie Ermy from Full Metal Jacket? Well, what can I say? They're good speeches, and when you're playing a soldier, you have to really show not only the honor of it, but the hard parts of war, in which this movie does really well in. And what amazed me the most is that they actually got an actor, the actor who plays Patton in this movie. I can't think of his name right now, but he looks almost exactly like the guy. So that was really cool to see. So Patton is basically the soldier who, as history puts it, the U.S. general that won World War II. And this movie is pretty good, especially when it's on his point of view, the entire story. I did actually like learning about the story of Patton, and one thing I did not know about him, and that this movie does point out, is that he believes in reincarnation. The most interesting thing about him is that when he's walking around Europe and looking at all these places, he says to everyone, you know, when I was a Roman general, my army was standing right there on that hill, and there were thousands of enemies just down below, but I knew exactly what to do. Every time he goes through stuff like that, I thought, okay, that's interesting. That is really cool, because a lot of people do have reincarnation thoughts where they have memories of a past life and all such. Do I believe in reincarnation? Not really, but I'm not exactly dark on the possibilities of it. As for me, I'm mostly a Christian man and all such, but if anyone else believes in anything else, that's okay. It doesn't bother me. Anyway, can I find any problems in this entire movie? I was coming up with one, but it's not really a problem in the movie. Nothing bad in the movie. It's just something that is just, how do I say this? It's hard to not think of. But I can't really see it as a problem. Even though some part of me is saying, I didn't really like that too much. And the problem that I'm really thinking is that the movie just felt too pale. Does that make any sense? Like, everything is like too pale. The colors are like getting faded or something in this film. Maybe it's got to do with age, maybe it's got to do with something else, I don't know. But that's the only thing that I really have a problem with this movie. But like I said, it's not a real problem, because age on movies really does mess with the color or the lighting and everything. So it's not a real complaint. It's just something I can't unsee. I don't know how to explain that very well. But all in all, this is actually a pretty standalone movie. I'm not going to give any spoilers away other than him believing that he believes in reincarnation. I'm not going to give away any spoilers because it is a definite must-see. At least once, for sure. For me, personally, I'm going to have to say it. This movie is legendary. It is. I really did enjoy this movie. Like I said, I'm not gonna give away any spoilers for you guys. If any of you looked up on Wikipedia about Patton's life, this movie is better than Wikipedia. I'm just gonna throw that down there. It is definitely better. It is more enjoyable. I did love the acting in this movie. It is great acting. Like I said, this movie is legendary. So guys, Patton, have you seen it? What did you think about it? Whatever you thought, comment below, let me know, and I'll see you in the next video.